What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming, the show where we talk about gaming news. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
I'm Josh.
And friend of the channel, our guest, Cody. You've seen him on prior episodes. He's going to be on the show with us today. What's up,
Hey.
buddy?
What's up?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, so quick reminder to play Telltale's Batman and Deus Ex Mankind Divided, both are free on PlayStation Plus. You can download those, play those, and come back at the end of this month. We'll be talking about that on Plus Club. Make sure to let us know what you thought of those games. We'll let you know what we thought of them. And our game of the month is Death Trap, an isometric Diablo meets tower defense game where there's loot, leveling, skill trees, all that kind of shit. It's really fun. We'll be playing that and also talking about that on our news show, Game of the Month. But yeah, this is fucking Taste Tuesday, so let's talk about gaming news. We have 3 topics to go into, so Josh, let's do it.
First bit of news is Catz, the peripheral company that shut down 7 months ago, is coming back by an undisclosed Chinese holding company. They will show a whole new line of products at CES in Vegas, CES 2018 in Vegas. The new owners think they could bring something to the table because they're actually made up of the factory workers that made their last product lines. They really want to go with a what works kind of attitude, less experimenting and more quantity over quality, or more quality over quantity. Sorry about that. What do we think about Catz coming back? What do we think about them kind of doing a flip here in less than a year? And what do we think about their how their start will be?
It's actually a legitimate surprise for me because we've been covering the whole Mad Catz going under thing for a while now. So it's interesting and cool to hear that they're coming back. I hope that people who potentially would have lost their jobs are the ones that are coming back to be employed again. Obviously, the company in China is the one that's running the stuff, and it's also interesting that they were already involved with Mad Catz in the first place. Kind of makes sense in my mind to not let a brand as well known as Mad Catz, whether you like them or not, you know Mad Catz. So if they can make a better product now with the same name, they could flip the whole thing. So that's kind of cool. Overall, I think it's a great thing. It seems to me that they're kind of going more of like a SteelSeries kind of route and just simplifying, or Sony simplifying their lineup, not being as experimental and just making shit that works. So at this point, it's really cool. I can't wait to see what they do because at this point, like I just said, Mad Catz, the name, it's gone. It's back, but like what my expectations of what that would entail is out the window now. So we'll see what they do.
I always had a bad taste in my mouth about Mad Catz. I really hope that this new company can kind of turn it around and make them a household name, just in a different way of a household name. Because back in the day, it was like, ooh, you get the Mad Catz controller. So
You got that clear pink memory card with the button that has
That's
20
a quarter
memory
of the
cards.
size.
Yeah. So I really hope they can kind of turn that name around. Maybe make something that's like, oh yeah, I got this Mad Catz controller. It's pretty dope, you know. Or some, you know, we can come here on another show and say, oh yeah, I just bought a Mad Catz fucking boom mic and it worked well. I mean, it is a surprise. I thought that Mad Catz was dead and gone.
Yeah.
I am really happy to see people who had the skin in the game. The first time that Mad Catz was around, actually built their shit.
Skin the game, dog. 2018.
See them come back, and you know, it's like a company that fails, and they're bought by the workers on the ground floor. I mean, and it's people on the ground floor that know exactly, that kind of have their finger a little more on the pulse than people who are in the loftiness of, you know.
Well, I mean,
company
for
ownings.
the factories over there that work on it, could be the higher ups of those factories. It's just people who are actually still involved. I get what you're saying for sure. It'd be interesting if it actually was like the workers who did it. But in my mind, if you're going to be acquiring a company like this, you got to have a lot of money. So maybe they could have came together. But I'm thinking it's just business as usual for them. They had the money to save the name. Whereas the prior owners probably were like, fuck it, I'm done. And they went off to make beer. Like the guy from Mass Effect.
I did see a picture of one of their mice, though. And the thing looks like a fucking, like you touch it, you're going to get like a cut. It's all angles and crazy looking and shit.
Different than like a razor mouse or.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Is it looks like a razor mouse, and I was
just
like,
going for that gamer gear look.
Yeah. So hopefully they come out with something a little less fucking crazy. I mean, but you do you, and hopefully your
I
product
just hope
works.
they listen to the market And if people want that, we're not the demographic for it. Because
No, that's
obviously
true.
other companies are already making that shit.
Yeah.
I look at mice all the time, and I'm like, who the fuck's using this? But they're all like that.
Yeah.
Except for like SteelSeries. So I'm like, apparently that's something. I mean, it's geared towards younger people for sure. People in their teens, people younger, maybe people in their early 20s. But like when you're like fucking 55 like me, and you're looking at mice, you're like, I don't make them like they used to. I remember my old fucking Microsoft mouse that I loved to death. I still have that thing around here somewhere, haunting the house. And it's great.
Was it optical or was it actual ball?
It was bullshit. It was old.
Here we go.
It wasn't
With
a
the
ball.
SNES mouse.
Super,
Yeah.
super comfortable. It worked great.
Wasn't that Mario Paint mouse?
Was it? I mean, isn't it in the realm of possibility? Well, yes, possibly. That's what I was trying to make too. Make that joke. But maybe with like as far like, could they still like maybe make shit for like VR? Because I know a lot
Possibly.
of VR stuff. I mean, I know like with the Vive they have the controllers, but they could also make something that's a little bit different. Because I'm thinking of more like. Maybe I'm thinking back on the old Mad Catz, but I'm thinking of like the
Where they made
the
more peripheral type stuff?
The Wii, you know, when
Yeah.
the Wii had the steering wheel, the bow and arrow, all that kind of stuff. Like, I know they're trying to stray away from that, but there still is kind of like a new market for that kind of.
When I think what you'll see if they do end up doing something like that is they got to get comfortable. They got to do the
No, they have to
pullback,
find
and they got to
their
come
niche,
back
yeah.
like Square or like Nintendo,
Yeah, for
even though
sure.
Nintendo Financial was doing fine.
Yeah.
But like to regain trust, they got to make products you're going to
Sure.
buy.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's out of their wheelhouse because they've already done shit like that. So
Yeah, that's definitely in the future, but
yeah.
make something that's solid.
I mean, you kind of said it right in the beginning. It reminds me of how Sony was kind of struggling in all their departments and then simplified everything. It seems like the same approach, and it's been working for Sony, so hopefully it works for Mad Catz as well. And I mean, as far as what the product's going to be like, we just kind of have to wait and see.
Yeah, that's the big thing here too. Is we're just kind of waiting. There's one topic I was thinking about bringing up, and we're not really going to talk about too much. But like, there's also hinted that like the Vive may have a higher resolution version coming out, but that's going to be in a week at CES. So like, it's another thing that like I guess we just got to wait and see. So a lot of shit coming out soon, but really it's just kind of cool that. You know, I don't have any love for Mad Catz, but I like one thing me and you really bring up a lot. We don't want to see anybody lose their jobs and all that shit. So it's cool that it was rescued in some way. I just my biggest hope here is I want them to make me go, you know, remember when fucking Mad Catz sucked? And now, like, you know, they make like cool shit. That'd be cool. If they don't do that, whatever. As long as they're successful and it works and people want their shit, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Second bit of news, unless anybody else has anything to say about anything at all. Nothing? Okay. Second bit of news, Paladins, a game that already had some controversy sparked because their game is very similar to a little game called Overwatch, is now releasing a mode for the free-to-play game called Paladins Battlegrounds, which will be it's a very unique game mode. There's 100 people that get dropped onto an island that's 300 times the size of a typical Paladin siege map, which is the normal maps, and you run around, you have to kill each other, and last man standing wins.
They should probably get some lawyers and protect that IP real quick.
Yeah, because they have a very unique idea here, and they need to make sure that no one copies it. And yeah, so if there were other games like this out there, one thing that would differentiate this game from those games is you are in a squad and you all get dropped off in the same spot. There's multiple squares on a map and you get dropped into that spot and you have to go with your squad and essentially survive and win the game. There's random things on the map and you still get to keep all your character moves the same as if you're playing like your Overwatch character. So there is some differences to this mode to any other mode that might possibly exist like this. What do we think about the new mode coming out for Paladins, Battlegrounds? Does it sound interesting? Do you play Paladins? And do you think it's any at all, is it controversial in any way, for any reason?
That whole game mode is kind of in this weird like limbo because pub is huge right now, but Arma has already been a thing. DayZ has already been a thing.
Yep.
So those are already things that were. It was already a thing. So the guy who made pub took what Arma did, took what DayZ did, and made it his own thing. So now everybody's trying to find this one thing that sets apart. So it's Battle Royale.
Yep.
It literally is Battle Royale. And
Which
it's
is
like,
a mod
yeah,
that's existing.
Yeah. And so the difference is you get dropped in with a group of people isn't a huge difference. So that's where this market is now, or is like you're trying to find this tiny little area where you can get away with that kind of stuff.
It?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's just really weird. I don't know. Like the whole point about the Battlegrounds, the Battle Royale thing is that's why I like the style, because we were fans. You were a huge fan of Arma, and I got into DayZ. It's just you. It's you. And if your friend's playing at the time, you guys find each other, and then it's you against everybody else. Here, they make it so it's a team thing, but it's never been a team thing. It's always been you versus everybody else. If you can team up with everybody or team up with somebody else and work it through that way, but it's supposed to be random. That's the whole draw to the game.
Yep.
But yeah,
and there are squad modes in other games like this, which is always interesting. My big thing with this is, and this is something we talk about often, I'm glad that you kind of explained your point of view too, because you're not regularly on the channel talking about what we're talking about, and you're pretty much on the same page, which is good, because I feel like most people should be. Is this mode is not owned by anybody, in my opinion, and if you are going to dive into it, you need to find a way to carve out your own slice of this pie that's right now being fucking grabbed at by everybody, just like other prior games. We've talked about this a million times. You make something really cool and everybody else is gonna fucking follow suit. They want that and they're capable of making it. One thing that makes this interesting though is they obviously are they're calling it fucking Battlegrounds. They don't give a shit at all about fucking any comparisons, because they're literally calling it the same fucking thing. Which I think there's some balls there. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm actually kind of like, cool.
Well, in the same sense, it's like if you get sued for something, it's like you're gonna lose money, but you're also gonna get you're still gaining money. So it's like if the guy had patented the name Battlegrounds, and he sues you, you're still going to make money at some point. You know what I mean? You're going to lose money, but you're also making money.
Name anyway. But
it's just not.
There's been people trying to patent bullshit like that already. But I don't really play Paladins. I played a little bit. I'm not really too into it. But it's cool, whatever. There's definitely room for this mode to be in most games if you can make it work. I do think it'll be interesting to see what it's like to have people with abilities in a game like this. So at least they have a start to something that is going to be their own, and they're doing it early enough that now they will have that knocked out before somebody else does, because this is going to keep evolving. People are going to keep adding their own things to it. So I don't have anything negative to say about this at all. It's just the way it is, and I will try it. I probably won't be too into it. I already think Fortnite does it really good. I think PUBG does it great, and I thought the mods were all fine. Just the way Paladins plays, I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's cool for people to play Paladins. I'm sure this is great, and it's another free-to-play option for people who want to play PUBG, which is huge because Fortnite's been doing great. So, Chevy,
honestly, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but these guys have obviously shown that they don't. They're not too worried about too much originality. They're worried about, they're okay. They want to put a twist on their stuff because they did defend their game against Overwatch when they got that thrown at them. But I mean, the obvious inspiration is still there, and they're just doing it again. They're shameless, and like I said, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But as far as like someone else making this, I mean, we're expecting that at this point, I think. And other people are going to do it until it gets ground into the dirt and the next big thing happens. So I guess good luck, and anyone who plays it, I hope they enjoy it if it comes out. I wasn't a fan of Paladins. I probably won't try this because I'm not really interested in battleground style games. So
and also before we hop into your thoughts, Josh, I think it's also interesting that when Paladins first came out, there was a bunch of controversy over the Overwatch thing, and I actually defended them quite a bit just because I do think that just like this, there are certain aspects of games that are just open. They're out there. It's like the character shooter has existed before Overwatch. There are some visual things though that are very similar, but there's also a lot of shit in Paladins that's completely different than Overwatch. I played it recently, and it's its own thing now for sure, visually in some ways, but there's some influences there that they defended and said that they didn't copy from Overwatch, And I believed them because it's possible. There's a bunch of shit that releases at the same time or close to each other that are very similar. There's got to be some kind of espionage happening within these companies and ideas getting fucking heard about and stuff like that and inspiration sparking. It's a complicated thing. But then we're getting this Battlegrounds thing and it almost changes any kind of legitimacy to their claim or at least makes me question it because now I see that they definitely don't care about originality. Even if it is 100% original, whatever they think of, they don't care that you care about that. They don't care that it looks similar because they're just going to do it anyway, and they're going to call it fucking Battlegrounds shamelessly
using the same font.
Well,
yeah, and everything. I mean, like
it's almost as like
it's almost like they're trolling at this
they're
point.
literally
Yeah.
rolling the dice, being like, "Hey, does it play better, or does it?" You know what I mean? It's like, which is a gamble.
Well, that's what they're banking on. They're hoping
literally
you'll just
being like,
play
"Hey,
it and
do you like this
forget about
better?
it."
Like, do you get into a match quicker?
Yeah.
Do you those little tiny things? It's just crazy. Yeah, little stuff like that. There's no room for like originality for stuff like this because because everything is borrowing from something else.
Yeah.
But you kind of need that because it's competitions. Like I feel like maybe in like a year, I mean, shit, at this point, like 6 months to a year, like we'll get like a final product that someone's gonna finally take all this stuff that's happening, being like, here's what you want here. But it's like all this stuff is happening. It's like you have Fortnite, Paladins, PUBG, and like all this stuff. It's like, do you need that to kind of just like literally stack on top of each other and be like, who's gonna do better? Blah 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 blah. And then there's gonna be a winner at the end. I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Or there'll all be shit at the end, and people will be like, okay, whatever.
And that's a good point too, and something that kind of sparked something in my head again. Just like you said something, I'm like, oh, there's more to this. It's interesting that Paladins, because everybody, like you were saying, like everybody's going to be trying for certain things. Yeah. Paladins already is a option for people who want to play Overwatch free to play, and now it is an option for people who want to play PUBG that's free to play. So their model, it seems like, is to go after things that are already super popular in a free-to-play manner. I mean, like, you're going to be able to play, essentially, Overwatch and PUBG in the same game now.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a market for that. There has to be. Yeah. There's people out there who don't have money, really, to be buying these games, or fucking their parents won't buy them the fucking game, or they just like playing a lot of games like me, or they play free-to-play games, and they'll have two games in one here. So there's value to that. And that's something that I think these guys got to know that.
Yeah.
So, Josh.
I was super hard on Paladins when it first came out.
I'm still hard.
I kind of wrote it off. I think it was like Tasty Cast 2 or 3 we fucking talked about it.
Long time ago.
Yeah, and I was very, very hard on them. Never really gave the game a chance. This does kind of cement like lessen their claim on it. Like they're just shamelessly like, yeah, fuck it.
They don't care about this fucking.
Yeah.
How much do they actually care about the original thing?
So yeah, so I want to say that I'm going into this like a fuck it kind of thing. I don't want to go after them anymore because honestly I don't care.
Yeah.
But then two, having a hero shooter in a battle royal mode, completely unique because there's every other battle royal mode you drop in, you get weapons, you kill each other. And this one you're like in a squad. And I'm really glad they did it in a squad because then you have a reason to have team roles.
Yep.
Like the game itself. If it's a single player game, and I've seen this in Overwatch a lot, people stay away from some Overwatch characters because they can't hold themselves one-on-one. In the team deathmatch mode, you see McCrees, you see all the damage dealers, see some tanks, but for the most part, there's some people you just completely avoid, and this gives it a reason to actually play every single character still.
Yeah,
because because you're in a squad. If it was a one-on-one thing,
everybody's not going to just be picking the same.
Yeah. So I'm really glad they went that way with it. I'll never play it. Let me get that out there right now. But I will keep my eye on it, see what kind of the general thought of the community is, because
right now we're going to be in a fucking just cesspool of people bitching.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be curious to see what happens.
Yeah, because because it's a hero shooter that's pretty much in an open world now. Like it's a little. it's different, and not a whole, and there's not a lot of them out there like that. So
There's still time for them to be unique in this before everybody
Yeah.
else fucking takes.
And there's
all the
characters
ideas.
that have different abilities, all that kind of stuff. It's like when you're put in PUBG, it's just like your same character. Literally, it's precision. You know how it literally is like bare bones, that
Yep.
kind of stuff. So it adds kind of different. So it is different. It really
just like
is.
Fortnite brought, being able to create
Building,
stuff,
yeah.
build stuff,
Yeah.
and destroy stuff. I mean, like these are experiences you weren't getting from PUBG. That's why I'm really welcoming of it. I don't care about the fucking who did what,
Yeah,
blah blah
I mean,
blah
it's
blah.
not- the dude who made the game literally watched a podcast where he said that he just grabbed it from other games.
Yep.
So he can't say this
But
is mine.
He does though.
Yeah, he
yeah,
does.
except
Yeah.
now he's acting like a child. He's like, "Ooh, that's
No,
mine."
it's crazy, but it's like he literally, like, I listened to him say that he took it from Arma and he took it from DayZ
Yep.
and he took it, you know what I mean? It's
I
just
could've
like it's
told
an
him that.
open source. It literally is an open modded gaming it's an open source. And also he's really weird about the modding. He doesn't want modding in the game yet, and it's just, because he doesn't want it being different. He wants the same thing. So all these other companies are going to be making the same stuff. It's open source, man.
Well, he needs to stop looking at it as like his and more of like it's now a genre. Like
Yeah.
fucking
absolutely.
Well, like fucking Street Fighter came out, then he made fucking Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
And now he's going, no one make this.
yeah, no one make fighting games. Yeah, it doesn't make fucking sense.
Yeah.
It's like if Carmack took, it was like nobody makes a first-person shooter after he made Doom.
Well, at least they made the genre though.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah,
at least
yeah,
they'd
yeah.
have a little bit of a claim to be bitching about
Well,
it.
yeah, but I mean,
wouldn't
like
back it, but-
Wolfenstein was fucking before that.
Yeah, but they made
and
Wolfenstein.
Daikatana and
Daikatana was 1997.
oh, was it?
Yeah, it was fucking.
Oh, I thought that was way older.
No, hell no. No, Wolfenstein or Wolf 3D and then Doom, which was both made by id and Carmack. So
Well, then fuck
I
it.
mean,
Let
he
him say these are
literally
mine.
he literally fucking birthed that shit.
Yeah.
So at least he has a little bit of claim. Fucking, but watch, and they're not gonna do it. But if Overwatch fucking made a PUBG mode, nobody be bitching.
No,
At all. Yeah,
Everybody be like, "That's
no.
amazing."
No.
So
I'd
it's just
play it. I think it'd be neat.
See, and you just said you're not going to play this at all, and you would play that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's branding matters, and that's something that doesn't affect me as much. So
Call of Duty's been doing it just in a smaller map, and it's called freaking
search and destroy,
exactly.
yeah, which I love. Let's jump to the next topic. Let me know in the comments, unless anybody else has anything last to say on that. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Are you somebody who defends PUBG and thinks it's a unique thing that needs to be defended? Or are you on the side of this is a genre now, just like Souls games, shit like that? It's a really cool idea, and with enough respect, you should be able to make whatever the fuck you want. Let us know anything you have to say about that or anything you're thinking. Last bit of news.
So the third and final Monster Hunter World Beta is coming to PlayStation 4 for PlayStation Plus and non-PlayStation Plus subscribers. January 19th through the 22nd. It's going to include a new quest where you get to hunt and I apologize for butchering the name, Nergigante. And they also announced their first free DLC that's going to be coming out after the game release, which is going to bring back the monster Devil Joe. I believe that was everything there. So what do we
Nailed it.
think about the addition to the beta and the DLC announcement?
Go ahead. I think look, the having a third beta is cool. Gets people another reason to jump into the game.
Right before the release of the game.
Really
it's awesome.
fucking cementing them really wanting to have a stable game when it fucking releases. Big
Confidence.
server testing. Also letting people who aren't in PS Plus play it is fucking dope.
That was the last bit.
The second one was like that too. Yeah.
So I mean that just gives you more of an audience to try your fucking game out. I'm gonna play it. The addition of the fucking new monster is cool because that's one thing I just wanted to do. I mean, we just went through the map and tried to kill all the major monsters in the map. So I mean, having an extra one, and maybe it might even be in another level. Like who knows? So it'd be cool to even explore a whole nother fucking level.
I don't think they're adding that, but yeah, it's just gonna probably be on the map we already played.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it. The free DLC to bring back, like it's obviously Capcom showing a little bit of fucking, they're like, you guys really like this fucking monster? Well, fuck it, let's bring him out.
Yeah, fan favorite.
showing some love to the people who have kept this series going through handhelds and all sorts of shit for years. So I'm really glad to see it. Hats off to them, and I'm excited for the 19th because I'm going to be playing the shit out of it again.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is I actually I played the second beta a little bit, but not as much as the first one. This third one has my interest because that's something new to do. As for like the server stuff that you're saying, I mostly feel like this is just a reminder that hey, this game's coming out in a week. Fucking play it, enjoy it, and then hopefully you buy it. I actually saw quite a bit of people on Facebook, people I've never heard talk about Monster Hunter before, talking about Monster Hunter on there. So obviously the original beta did something to get people excited for it, which is awesome because obviously everyone on this channel is in the community, all you guys, we're all excited about it, but there's a lot of people out there who didn't really play the other ones all too much, or they've heard of them but they never really got to try them, and that beta allowed them that, so that's cool. But yeah, this is literally just like fucking play it, fucking you're still on the fence, fucking play it, and then you're gonna buy it in a week, which is cool. Yeah, being able to hunt a new monster is pretty cool. Like I said, that's the reason why I'm coming back. And the Devil Joe thing, like you said, fan favorite. It is cool for me. This just shows commitment. If this was like pay for DLC they're already announcing, I'd be a little annoyed. But that's free DLC. That's cool because I'm always weird about when they release pay for DLC so close to the release of a game. It's coming out in spring, and yeah, I like I said, or what I was trying to say is it's showing commitment from Capcom that they are supporting this game. They already have a new monster coming out for it. The new monster is going to have, an old new monster, but new to the game. This game will have all its own moves and all that shit. And if they keep releasing monsters, there's just more stuff to do in the game. So it's good. They're being active on it. They're keeping up, and they're going to be supporting this game. So it's a good show of faith to me.
I wonder if they're gonna add, because it seems like every Monster Hunter has its own weapon, that you can build from its parts, and its own armor that you can build from its parts. So I wonder if there'll be Devil Joe,
probably,
wearables too.
Be weird if you skinned them and you didn't get shit for it.
Yeah.
Or if you got some random monster parts from it.
Pinata.
Literally, large majority of the reason you're playing the game is to get the gear.
Yeah. So that even adds more. It's just more weapons and armor. And
yeah, with the new monster, it's adding new content to the game. So,
and even if it's just strictly cosmetic, because they have a cosmetic system. So,
which is fine because you ain't paying for this shit. So there's more stuff. Cody,
I'm excited to play it.
Yeah.
I haven't played the first, second, third one. It's so it's cool that they're releasing it so close to it because it shows confidence, and it's just like, hey, game's coming out in less than a week from the other beta, so it's like, boom, here it is, here's the product. Because there's games released now don't even have 2 betas, so or 1 beta,
demos or anything.
Yeah, so it's just like,
just buy it.
Yeah, they're like, hope for the best. So the fact that they're doing it, and it's already a huge, obviously.
Please just buy it.
Please. Huge following for it, so it's going to be huge. This game it's going to be very big. Yeah.
Chevy.
I'm pretty sure my opinions are pretty obvious at this point. But if you're new, yes, excited.
Welcome to the channel.
Yep. Played the first beta, really liked it. I actually didn't play the second beta. I don't want to burn myself out on the beginning stuff.
Same.
So I might try the third beta, but I have a feeling I'll probably end up passing on it as well, just because the game's coming out. I'm buying it. I'm going to be,
Soon. Don't burn yourself out.
I'm going to be playing and actually progressing at that point. One thing I do think I would like to see them do though, since they already have the beta system all set up, after the game launches, maybe a month afterwards, turn the beta back on, and use that as your demo for people to get into the game.
Yeah.
So, other than that, so far everything they've been doing has been, in my opinion, the right way to handle, especially bringing this from handheld back to console. And I think they've done a good job of creating and maintaining hype without burnout. So
no, they've balanced it really well, and that's not even just Capcom. You guys doing a pretty good job for Capcom, for anybody. They're fucking they've shown a shitload. We've been covering stuff every fucking week,
everything.
But I still feel like there's so much shit I haven't seen. So they've really been doing it really good, and in a way that we've been able to talk about it for fucking every week for months.
Right.
So yeah, they've done a good job. And here's a fucking call to fucking demos, man. Let's get some demos. Where the fuck is that at? I'm sick of that shit. I grew up at the time we got demo discs that had like 12 fucking games on it, and you tried them out and you played them, and you're like, I want these games. I've gotten to try them, and now they're like, here's fucking this game released. Buy it. You buy it. You're like, I hate this game. They're like,
PUBG for $60.
I gotta spend old PS1 demo discs over there somewhere. So.
He's got ancient relics in this house.
Dude, those were dope, man. Like there was a couple of them you like hit a button and flip their screen over, and you put in a code, and it'd give you like an extra couple demos. I'm like, what the fuck?
Which was amazing.
Yeah, it was like a treasure chest. Yeah. Like it was cool.
God,
that's how I got into Metal Gear Solid. Was a demo disc.
I still remember when I had the demo disc of the Star Wars fighting game. I can't remember what it was called. It was
Masters of Terracasai.
Yeah, and it was on there, and I was like, "Oh, this is the greatest game ever." And then like now I look at it, I'm like, ooh.
I played that game. I was pissed.
Ooh.
I played fucking Too Extreme.
Hell yeah.
Everybody did.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Check it out on the channel.
Yeah, there's actually an old episode with me and him where we played Too Extreme, and the beginning was super fucking funny. Make sure to go check out that video. And real quick, you're talking about Metal Gear Solid. Obviously, this is Taste Cast, but fucking you said that's where you first played it. I actually did not touch Metal Gear Solid until we let a buddy of ours a long time ago borrow some games, and then someone stole those games from his house, and to try and make up for it, he just gave us a stack of some games, and one of those things was Metal Gear Solid. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And it changed my life. So I don't even know what the fuck games we lost.
That happened to me too at one point. Who's just giving away stacks of PlayStation 1 games? Because that happened to me too. I had this stack of PlayStation 1 games that someone gave to me, and I was just like, well, I'm just going to go through the list and just play them. But
I had somebody steal Driver 1 from like my stack of games. Like it just came out when I was playing. I was like, this game's fucking amazing. And I had to go on a hunt to go get it back. Like
you actually, were you taken? You found it?
Yeah, I fucking found it. Like I went through like 2 or 3 fucking people with my stepdad.
Who'd you kill?
And we didn't kill fucking anybody. But
nobody.
Ended up at the golf course. And
why did it go?
And we looked in the front seat of this guy's car. And we looked in the front seat of this guy's car, and my stepdad just wrapped a shredder around his fist, punched through the passenger window, grabbed it, and just left.
Driver 1?
That's a crazy story. Let us know in the comments your crazy story. Who stole shit from you? Are you excited for the 3rd beta for Monster Hunter? Are you ready for the game to come out? Are you excited for Devil Joe and the Nickelback coming out in the new fucking beta? I know you are. And have you ever gone to great lengths to get your copy of Driver 1 back? Let us know. But that's going to do it for this episode of Taste of Tuesday and Taste of Gaming. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to check out other episodes. Check us out on Tumblr and Twitter and Facebook at Taste of Loot Gaming. And check out the streams on the channel. If you missed them, they're uploaded. I just played all the way through from beginning to end Uncharted Lost Legacy. 2 fucking videos. Check that out if you want to. A lot of you guys hung out for that. I appreciate that. Thanks for the support, and it was fun talking with you guys. And check me out on Twitch at Sleep Division, all one word. Check him out on Twitch at Tasty
Loot Josh.
Loot Josh. Yeah. Are you on Twitch?
No.
As always, thanks for watching, guys. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Cody.
And until the next episode, have a good week, guys, and take it easy.